What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the recap. I don't have my normal setup. I'm in San Antonio right now. I've been having an amazing week here with the fam. Hope everyone's had an amazing week as well, too. We had so much fun. We're actually extending an extra day, so I'm excited about that as well. So this week was a very interesting week. I have not been on email. What's up, Mackenzie? Hope you're doing amazing. You're up and at 'em early, 7:30 a.m. Mackenzie holding it down for the Skaled team in Denver, Colorado. Mackenzie, if you all don't know, joined our team about 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. And if you have any questions about LinkedIn strategy, she is your woman. She is really jumped in and done an amazing job of really being at the forefront of LinkedIn. And now with LinkedIn Stories, which I'm going to talk about, she's becoming the resident expert at LinkedIn Stories. So excited to have Mackenzie. If you have, everyone say hi to Mackenzie. Make sure to follow her if you are not already. So in the recap number 115, can't believe we're at 115 of these things. I was looking through my phone. It was my wife and I's anniversary on Tuesday, so we were going kind of back through, old, what were we doing in previous years, and I found like these old recaps. They're pretty fucking awesome. There's this one where I jump over if you haven't seen the one of me jumping over this park bench, it's probably one of the most athletic moves you've ever seen in your life. So let's get into it. So recapping the week, like I said, it's been kind of a shorter week for me. So on Monday, I didn't ask Jake anything on Jake and Friends. If you did not tune in Monday and you remotely are interested in Outbound, let's say, I would highly, highly, highly recommend you go check it out on YouTube right now. I did a teardown of our Modern Outbound Playbook. So if you don't know about the Modern Outbound Playbook, I really highly encourage all of you to go and check out the Modern Outbound Playbook. We'll drop the link for it as well too. But literally, we dissected why you should use video, how to integrate LinkedIn and cold calls, literally like every single play that you can imagine, we integrated. So super excited to have that drop. We'll drop both the YouTube link and we'll drop the link for the Modern Outbound Playbook. So make sure you cop both of those right now. Shelby, let's make sure we got those. Yep, we got them. Great. So again, I've been out of the office. Here is the craziness, okay? I have not checked email for 3 days. Today will be day 4. When I fired up my computer for this, I saw I have 252 emails, which is actually like very manageable because that doesn't count all the spam shit. So there's probably like 400. So the team's got it. Got a lot of faith in the squad. We're going to be good. We ended the quarter a little shy of where we wanted to be, but I think we're going to basically make it all up by day 2. So excited for that. Thank you, Shelby. Shelby, drop the link. Make sure you fill out that link. Really amazing. And then Shelby, I don't know, is it up on YouTube yet? If you can let everyone know if it's up on YouTube, I would go check it out. Especially, it's only maybe, I think I did it fairly condensed. I didn't do a full hour. It's maybe like 40 minutes or so. So go check it out on YouTube. So Jake's take from this week. Actually, Mackenzie and I worked on this post, kind of part of a post around this together, which is you are what makes job satisfaction. And what I mean by that is, most people's job satisfaction and dissatisfaction can be boiled down to what they do proactively to make their day-to-day amazing, right? That your job description is a suggestion list. Your boss doesn't want you to. I'm telling you. Look, I've hired hundreds of people, managed, I don't even know how many people, been managed, by lots and lots of different people. And I can just tell you, like, your boss wants you to get shit done. Your boss doesn't want you to oh, this is what I was told to do, so I stay in my box. If you want to know why you're not happy, you're not getting promoted, it's because you're staying in a box. And so I want all of you to take into consideration, you control your job satisfaction, right? Toss a little thumbs up there, a little light bulb if that resonates with you. But there are 3 habits really that everyone can kind of think about that I think will help. One is you can stay in control of your own life and what you say yes to. Speaking of Mackenzie and I had a fun text exchange yesterday, and there was a saying that I had. I've never said it this way, and I don't know why I said it this way, but it just really, really resonated when I sent it. And, you prioritize what you commit to. And I was like, man, that is such a true statement, because if you are like, I have these priorities, but then I committed to this other stuff, well, guess what? Now you just made all those things a priority. So you have to choose. You have to know what to say yes. Go ahead. The next thing that I do every Sunday, you all know this, I look back, I reflect. What was the dumb shit that I did last week I shouldn't have done, and what can I do moving forward? Right. And last is go have difficult conversations you've been putting off. Shelby, you killed these 3, by the way. These are exactly what I would have put on here. And what the last one means is that what I find is that so many people sit around miserable in a job where like their boss is like totally fine to like change their job this way or change their job that way. And instead, what they do is they just put up with it. And so instead of making their lives happy, and instead of like creating a new world, they just accept that like, oh, my boss isn't going to do it. I cannot tell you the amount that, again, hundreds, maybe thousands of people I've given this advice to, and how many people have come back to me and been like, holy shit, Jake, I went and talked to my boss. I went and talked to one of my coworkers who's an asshole. I went and talked to whoever, and I had that conversation I've been putting off, and oh my God, my life is like infinitely better. So you are in control of what you say yes to. Look back at the week and your week ahead and reflect and see what you need to start, stop, continue, and then go have a difficult conversation. All right. That's my take for this week. That's how to make your work life amazing. I hope all of you go out and do it. This week's in the news, LinkedIn. This is amazing, right? LinkedIn released their 4th annual top startups list. Now, this is one of those lists where I'm like, top, like, how do you define this? Like, they had some criteria. I'm like, nah, okay. But they released their list of the top 50 startups. I am very excited to say one of our clients, who we worked with for quite some time, we helped them to build the infrastructure for their entire sales org, was the #1 startup. Shout out to my people at better.com. Big shout out to all of you. Lots of love. And to like icing on the cake, we had multiple partners on the list. But our top partner, Outreach, if you don't know outreach.io, was #6. So Scaled clients, Scaled partners chopped it up on this list. I'm so proud of all of them. Big, big, big shout out to all of them. Go check out the list. Shelby will drop that for all of you as well too. All right, I've got some really fun. Oh, TikTok's not getting banned, just so you guys know. It's not happening. Judge blocked it again. I did find out, my wife told me I woke up, Donald Trump, so this is in the news, Donald Trump has coronavirus, right? I don't know if she was reading The Onion or something. I have not even looked. Let me just double check this so you all know. Coronavirus update. Let's see. Yes, Donald Trump does have coronavirus. So we'll see how that plays out. That's definitely in the news. Shelby says no, he definitely does. I was trying to see how this is going to go now. And trust me, we're not going to go there on LinkedIn Live. Well, I'm not going to go here on the recap. But I don't know. It's like either he's going to just downplay it. It's going to be way, way worse. We're going to just automatically open things up, or he's going to just like use it to his advantage somehow. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right. So I had 2 very specific Ask Jake Anything from this week. A couple people threw out the Ask Jake Anything hashtag. I highly recommend you do it. Shelby will look for your questions. Again, hashtag Ask Jake Anything. So go take a look. So 2 questions. First question from Jim Malcolm. And Shelby, can we go ahead and tag Jim? Jim and I had a little LinkedIn message exchange. And for those of you who don't know, hit me up on the DMs on LinkedIn. I do my best to try to answer all your questions. It might take me a week, might take me 2 weeks, but I'll get in there. I'll toss out a voicemail. I'll say what's up to everybody. So Aaron, appreciate you joining. Brandon Hawthorne, appreciate you joining. Ruth, what's going on, Ruth? And let's see who else we got in here. Brett Parsons, what is up, Mr. Parsons? Hope that you're doing it amazing. Got some other folks. Cindy, what's up, Cindy? Appreciate you always tuning in. All right. So first question, COVID-19. This is Jim Malcolm. So we'll tag Jim so he knows. COVID-19 has caused my looking for a new career opportunity and asking for help. How to best reach out to CEOs, CFOs, investors, and others in your network. With so much upheaval in today's business climate, many of these leaders must innovate brands. It's those executives I want to talk to about how I can help. So he's looking for a senior leadership role, director to CMO. Let me tell you what it is. Let me tell you. So if any of you are out there looking for a job, or maybe you have a job and you have friends or whoever that are hitting you up for a job advice, let me tell you what I do to help people. I've got a guy in final stage of interviews at HubSpot. I've helped a bunch of people over the last few months. And look, if you shoot me an email, I will try to do my best to help you as well. But here's what you do. You have to make it easy for people to help you. So when you're thinking about reaching out to somebody, here's what I would do. One, I would go to Indeed or Google and I would type in either company names or job titles of people, right? So let's say you type in the job titles that you want. I want a CMO position, etc. You go to LinkedIn, you look at all those roles. You go to Indeed, you look at all those roles. Chances are open roles are going to be on one of those two sites. Then you go through and you look at the companies that you're like, wow, I'd like to work at these companies. That is one of the most important steps. Then what people do is they'll email me a list of 20 companies. They've already done the homework. It's not random ass companies that may or may not be hiring. And then if I know 2 or 3 people, I can say, yeah, boom, let me hook you up with these people. Same thing with the portfolio. So like, let's say you wanted to reach out to an investor. What I would do is I'd go to those companies and I'd look at their investors. I'd look at who the partner was. If you go to Crunchbase, you can see who the partner on that deal was. And you could email that partner. Hey, I see that Better.com is hiring a CMO, John Smith, partner at Menlo Ventures. I think I'm a perfect fit. Would you mind making an intro? So you have to put in the work, y'all. The other thing that I would suggest, and obviously I don't have it here in the hotel, but it's at my home office, is show that you did some homework in advance. So what I mean by that, look, if you're trying to get a senior level role, go to, if it's a software company, go to G2 or Capterra or Trust Radius, any of these sites, compare and contrast. They tell you what's happening in a specific market. So if I'm going to reach out for a CEO, I'm going to say, look, John, or the Ryan, CEO of Electric, I see that you guys are in a battle right now with these 3 other companies. As the head of marketing, from a very brief analysis I did, here are 3 ways I think you can competitively differentiate in 2021 and win. So do your homework. It's a tough job market for these top jobs. So if you want to know why you're not getting the job, okay, because you're not putting in the work. You're just putting in an application. That's not putting the work. Glenn, what's up, man? Don't worry, Glenn. I didn't forget about you. Never forget about Glenn. Right? Let's see. Michael Baker. It's within you. Life coaching. Hit up Michael on Instagram. Connect with him on LinkedIn. I have no clue. I haven't worked with Michael, but I love him putting it out here. Very, very smart. I love Glenn putting it out there. I have to tell you, everybody should be. What's up, Bob? Mr. Bob Layton's in the house. Bob and his team are a client. So Bob, we always appreciate, love you. I think the team's doing some really interesting work. So if any of you work at a company, you want to see the work that McKinsey and the team are doing, you can go check out what Bob and his team are doing at Digital Defense. Also, if you need any security needs, cybersecurity needs, go hit up my man Bob. And I think what him and Digital Defense are doing is really at the forefront, super low barrier to entry. I'm really excited about our partnership there. All right, next question from Brian Nadell. Brian says, do you have any content or recommendation, any articles that illustrate how to make Zoom meetings more effective? This would be targeted for external client presentations, meetings, etc. Okay, let's talk about why Zoom meetings suck so bad. One, whenever I grew up in sales, I'm wearing a headset now, right? And I was born with this thing somehow like attached to my head. But I could get up, I'd move around, I could create a motion, and because you weren't always doing the video, it's more phone. So for me, what I would do is I would try to think about what you can do. Use your hands, right? So if you want to think about how to get things more excited, get things like more interesting in a Zoom, there's a couple different things. One, make sure you get all participants to turn their video on. That's kind of like known at this point. There's also Citrix did a study a few years ago about close rates go up if all parties have their video on. So one, make sure, just the basics, make sure people have their video on. Two, get excited. I know that staring at a camera in an empty room, I'm in some random ass boardroom at Block and Terra Resort in San Antonio. So you can see here, right? I should go sit at the top of the table. Look at that. Whoever's sitting at that part of the table, that woman or man is very official. So, but my point is but what I can still do is I can choose my energy level. And I feel like that's why so many people tune out, is the other person's just so boring. Right. So if you want to have better Zoom meetings, again, make sure they have their camera on. You bring the heat, bring the energy, make sure people know that you're excited about the conversation. Okay. The other thing is, again, I would have things to send them. right? Great. Hey, I'm going to send you this link right now. Click on it in the Zoom. Keep them active. Keep them participating. Maybe you've got a presentation, but there's a really cool article that makes your point for you. So leave it out of the presentation. Share the link in the chat. So Brian, there's a lot of different things you can do, but think about what you want to do is you want to keep the interaction rate high, right? A final thing, like let's say if you've got a bunch of different stakeholders in different groups, let's say you got a big Zoom with 5 or 6 people. The last thing, and can we tag Brian too? Actually, Shelby, I think this is a really good video clip. Let's just clip this, like how to make Zoom more interesting clip, because I think this will help a lot of people. The other thing that I do, and I think I do this better than at least what I observe other people, is I make sure we do introductions around and I write down people's job titles, name, John, whatever, Blonde. And let me tell you why I write it down. I am horrible at remembering names. All those people, those gimmicks of like Jake, jump Jake. I don't know what the hell those. I don't know how you do those things. I'm the worst. Literally, I will shake someone's hand, and people are like, "I thought you were in sales." I will literally shake someone's hand, and then like immediately forget their name. Like immediately. It is the worst. I know it. I am sorry. I don't know because I'm focused on the person. I'm reading the body language. To me, the name is like. There's so many more dynamics that are important. I think I'm just too focused on the other stuff. But that's what I do. So anyway, I write down everyone's name and job title. Then in the Zoom, what I make sure to do is I direct. Shelby, so look, so one thing I know as the blah, 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 this is what's top of mind for you. Rachel, look, as the CMO, as the head of the department, you're probably thinking, so I use people's names and I direct different things at them. I did this face-to-face as well, but on a Zoom, again, I got to keep everybody engaged. So there you go. That's my best Zoom tactics. Last, I'm going to take a question on the fly here. How many of you toss a like, toss a thumbs up, or like I'm nervous on how many of you have made a LinkedIn story yet? So I want to talk a little bit about LinkedIn stories, why I think it's important. So toss a little thumbs up if you've made one, maybe a heart if you're nervous, or just drop in if you have or not. Michael talking a little bit about what he does, which is great. Teams meeting has become my go-to. So Glenn's hyping up the folks over at Microsoft. We have a couple clients that use Teams. It seems to be pretty easy. So I've got no, whatever it is. But again, the key is a few of you have made stories, it looks like. Natalie, what's up, Natalie? Hope you're doing amazing. Natalie's representing Austin here. A few other folks have made some stories. Michael says he's bad with names. Yes, I don't know what it is, man. It's not a disrespect thing. It's like, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm focused on other stuff. But you think I would remember, I don't know. That's something I need to get better at. All right, so a thinking person there. Someone's thinking about getting into stories. All right, let me tell you why I think LinkedIn stories is important. Right now, it's only on mobile, okay? Or your iPad. So look, that's going to limit things, right? Whereas Instagram, think about Instagram. Instagram went the opposite way. Instagram, you couldn't do anything on desktop until like the last, what was it, like month, right? Where they released all the features you could basically do on desktop. Whereas LinkedIn right now, you don't see stories on desktop. Well, what does that mean? If stories come on desktop, which I think that they will, I don't see why they wouldn't. If stories come on desktop, it's going to mean the death of the LinkedIn feed. I'm just telling you. Because just like what happened to Instagram, the stories, what happened with LinkedIn, I want you to think about LinkedIn. You have a bunch of people who pontificate. They don't do any videos. You don't even know who this person is. Guys, how many of you check the resume of the people that you like and comment on? How many of you even look at like, when someone's like, hey, LinkedIn, you should help job seekers. And like they're just doing it to pander. They know they're doing it to pander. And how many of you check the resume of the people you follow? Well, let me tell you what LinkedIn Stories does is expose people who aren't true creators, people who don't really care about you. I think all of you, look, you're here for one reason. It's early Friday morning. Some of you, Mackenzie's up at 7:50 where she is, and I appreciate it. Because you know that I'm here to add value. You know that I'm genuinely here and I'm bringing 100% of myself every single day to add value, right? And I think there's a lot of people who get high on their own supply. They're so focused on it, and LinkedIn Stories is just those people are gonna go bye-bye, right? Those people where you're like, oh, John used to write these text posts, and then you see that John doesn't know what he's talking about, can't put 5 sentences together, and he was just copying and pasting or doing stuff. It's over, right? So I think LinkedIn Stories is also going to raise massively the quality of content. Now that might seem counterintuitive. Well, Jake, what do you mean 15-minute videos? Which, by the way, actually, Mackenzie, I didn't even think about it. How did I not do a LinkedIn story about going live now? But it's all new. Just got to figure this thing out, right? So I'm still figuring it out as well too. Right? I'm trying to figure out how to use this. So what I'm doing is I'm doing sales tips. I'm coming up with like something unique here. It's also something a little different that I do. I'm trying to switch up because I do some different stuff on Instagram. I don't want it to get too muddy. But LinkedIn stories, I'm telling all of you to start to get involved, start to play with it. It's going to be big. It's going to be important. Again, just think about what happened with Instagram. Okay, you don't need to, like some people, I made some comments this week. I think people don't want to believe it, honestly. Look at this. They gave me a nitro cold brew. It's this much cold brew and this much foam. Thank you, hotel people. I really appreciate you for that. So I just want you all to get involved on LinkedIn stories. I'm probably going to drop one actually, maybe I'll just drop one right now, just talking about it. But LinkedIn story, it's so easy, right? If y'all haven't done it, it's just so easy. It's just like dropping an Instagram story. It's so fun. What's up, everyone? You better be tuning in to the live. It's going down right now. If not, it's going to be in the post. You can go check it out afterward. Modern Playbook, LinkedIn stories, so much more. Have a great rest of your day. That's it. That's it. You know what I mean? Boom. Share story. Done. Why not? Guys, don't get too worried about it. That's it. Who cares? It lasts for 20 seconds. If someone's like, that wasn't a perfect angle or whatever, fuck them. Who cares? Right? So anyway, all right. So what's on the docket for next week? All right, so I think Max and I from Outreach are catching up. I believe that's what's going down on Monday. Either way, I think this one will be, either way. So Max and I, 12 o'clock. So every Monday, 12 o'clock, Jake and Friends, you know what's up, 12 Eastern. 12 Eastern, 11 Central. Make sure to join only on LinkedIn. Wednesday, I'm doing a webinar with the folks over at Marketing Supply Co., which is about plugging your marketing team into the sales process. So Shelby's going to drop the link. I want all of you to go and sign up right now. How many of you want your marketing team, just by a hand raise? I don't know. Let's see, what's the best emoji for this, for a hand raise? God, man, they got to step up the emoji game. This is garbage. The hand clap. Just give me a hand clap. How many of you wish your marketing team or your marketing team does a good job of actually supporting your sales work? Yeah, not a lot of people. Okay, so we're going to talk about some very quick, easy ways that marketing can help to better support sales and how sales can help to better support marketing. Okay, and I think that that's a really important component here that a lot of people get too hung up on is marketing is not compensated to help sales. I want you all to think about that. It sounds crazy, right? If marketing is only compensated on leads, why would marketing help sales? Just think about that, okay? So you can't fix marketing if you don't fix comp. I'm just telling you. So also doing a podcast with the team over at Leadsology, Tom Poland. Go check out what Tom's doing. I've been on Tom's podcast before, but I'm excited about that. So yeah, that's what's up for next week. So Monday, tune in, 12 Eastern. Always check out the recap, same time every week. Wednesday, go sign up right now. Shelby, did we get the link in there for people? We did. Okay, I'm going to leave it right here. Go check this out. Better Alignment, bit.ly/webinar-better alignment. I want you all to go right there, click on it, click on it, go share with your network, and just type in, want to know how you get marketing and sales working together in the sales process. Everyone's talking about marketing and sales alignment. Folks, again, until you fix comp plans, it's never going to happen. So that's what's up, everyone. I'm getting ready to head into the weekend. I've got a tea time actually here in like an hour and 5 minutes. Went golfing on Wednesday. Again, I have not looked at email. Today will make day 4. I have never not looked at email. Now, I deleted, some of you might know this. So I do not have, I have it's like a backup. I don't have email on my phone. I don't have Slack on my phone, period. Why? Productivity. I'm telling you, one of the most important things all of you can do is, one, definitely turn off email notifications. If you have email or Slack notifications on, you are a glutton for punishment. Turn that off immediately or delete it. Delete it, right? And then I save it for here. Now I use an app called Superhuman, which I highly recommend. Go check that out. So that's what's up, everyone. I hope all of you have an amazing weekend. Go take some time off. Do one thing this weekend for yourself, right? For me, this whole week I have worked out, done something every single day. That's for me, right? 5 straight days in a row. I'm feeling great, and taking some time with the fam. So the world will not go to hell in a handbasket with you gone. Do something for you. Lots of love to everybody. Have an amazing rest of your week, which is only hopefully a few hours, and we will be back on Monday, 12 Eastern, answering all your questions about Modern Outbound. Have an amazing rest of your day and have an amazing, amazing weekend, everybody.